Are you a motoring enthusiast? Does your current insurer understand your passion? At Shannons, we're motoring enthusiasts, just like you. We understand the passion you have for your special car or bike. But did you know that Shannons will also insure your daily drive, the car you drive every day? So if you're a motoring enthusiast, you've got to be with Shannons. So call Shannons on 13 46 46. Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts.
Gasolene is proudly brought to you by Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts, and the following sponsors. I'm Michael Curzon, producer creator of Gasolene. Hope you enjoy.
Hello, Joshua, Olivia, and Sonia. Bumblebee saying hi from Vegas.
This is Officer Jay Rivera with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and you're watching Gasolene.
Well, look who else I found here at SEMA, the legendary Gene Winfield. He's been in the car scene for many, many years. It's great to see you here, Gene. A fantastic show,
Glenn.
isn't it?
Thank you. It's good to see you. And you know, I painted a couple cars down there for Mario and everything, and I love it. And you know, I climbed the bridge.
The Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Oh yes, I climbed the bridge.
It's incredible, isn't it?
My legs got sore for a couple of days after that, but it was a great time. But anyway, I'm still having fun. I have a new Econoline here out on the outside.
Really?
Stop by and take a look at it.
Absolutely.
62.
How long have you been in the industry for? When did you start?
My first shop was in late 1946. So I've been doing it a long time. I'm still doing it, and I love it.
I've seen some old pictures, and I know that you're still the man.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
And I think I'd be correct in saying that you were probably one of the pioneers in that scene back in those days.
That's true. Yes, I'm one of the pioneers. I've been doing custom body work, you know, all my life, and I love it. And I like to create things that are different. I usually like to put nice flowing lines. You know, I like sometimes they chop cars and maybe the front doesn't match the rear. So I like continuity. So I like to do that.
I've seen some cars in Australia that some young up-and-coming builders have built there for their own personal use, and they've mentioned your name. They've tried very hard to follow that very sleek theme, that smooth, long, low theme, and I love it.
Yes,
I love it.
Thank
It
you.
looks fantastic.
Thank you
So they look up to you and they aspire to be like you. It's great.
That's great.
Well, Gene, thank you so much for talking.
Okay,
It's been
Glenn.
a pleasure meeting you.
Okay, thank
I'll
you
shake
so
your
much.
hand so I can go back
All
to
right.
Oz and tell everyone I shook your hand.
And I'll see you back in Australia next year.
Look forward to it.
Okay,
thank you
thank
very
you.
much. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I found a rare one here, this absolutely beautiful 72 Chevelle SS convertible, 454. There's nothing like cubic inches to get the heart racing. With Tony Genti here, and he was actually involved in the build of this car. Tell us all about it, Tony.
Well, this car started off as a real piece of junk, to be honest with you. We obtained the car for our shop for test fitting purposes. So, because we manufacture restoration parts for Chevelles. So we got it so we could work on the moldings around the back, the wheel opening moldings, and some other parts. Once it had served its purpose for test fitting, we decided to give it its due and make it a ground-off restoration. So we took the car down to the ground, took the frame out, and rebuilt it all brand new, using all the parts out of our catalog.
And it's a very rare option, isn't it, too, with the convertible?
Yeah, extremely rare with a big block and a convertible. You don't see a lot of those, and definitely none in this condition. With this color combination was really unique as well.
Is it all restored back to factory stock?
100% factory stock. So everything that you see on this car was just how it was in 1972 on the showroom.
And what were these 454s rated at off the showroom floor, power-wise?
Yeah, now this was at when they started changing things for insurance reasons in the United States. So this car rates out like 270 horsepower, but we know that was just an insurance number. This is probably somewhere closer to about 430, 440 horsepower.
And also around this time frame, I did hear that they did change from gross to net type figures. That's why you see those lower figures, don't you?
That's absolutely right. Yeah, they changed it to a net figure, absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, Tony. It's a beautiful build and a credit to the company.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks. Now here's an event to mark on your calendar for 2013, the Gasolene Muscle Car Expo. There's never been an event like this one, where some of Australia's very best concourse American and Australian muscle cars come together under one roof. Also featured by special invitation, barn finds, street machines, special interests and 50s classics. So if you want to see the best of the best and cars you've never seen before all under one roof, then this is the show for you. 12th to 14th of July 2013, Royal Exhibition Buildings in Melbourne. Don't miss it. And don't forget, viewers, to look up the all-new Shannons Club. Shannons Club is a huge site. It's like a hub for enthusiasts. You jump on there, you can start your own garage, put pictures of your cars up there, stories of your cars, videos, you name it. You'll see people like myself on there, Jim Richards. Click on our garages and check out some of our machines and some of our past machines. It's an incredible site, it's growing every day, so get onto it and have a ball. Well, we're at the Low Car Performance product stand, and if you've watched our Rocket Industries Tech Talks, you've probably noticed their products before. Absolutely beautiful to look at. With Brian Downett here. Brian, what's new in the low car department these days?
We've got a lot of new things, a lot of muscle car type stuff, and we haven't forgotten our roots. We still have some stuff for the street rod guys as well. We've developed 4150 carburetor Holly type or quick field technology type carburetor throttle plates that'll work with a push-pull cable. They'll work with a rod style if it was a drag race application car. We've also got them if it's a street car that'll work with a kickdown cable so that you can use it with an automatic transmission. You'll notice that we've got new knobs. We've got a Deco style knob. We've got a Venetian style knob, we call it, that is slotted. And we've got a solid 2-inch round knob. All of these knobs are available for like a 5-6 speed Tremec type application, or you can use them. We have the push button style to go with the standard low car transmission shifters. In addition to that, for new products for this show, is we've got a CTS-V drive-by-wire pedal pad.
It's a Cadillac, isn't it?
It's the Cadillac pedal pad. It's just the pad for that Cadillac drive-by-wire module. And then, as you can see behind us, probably the new Camaro. We've got some Goolsby Edition products that are just starting to hit the streets, and one of the first is our 12-volt door handles that we have now.
And how long has this company been around for?
We've been around since 1988, and this is our 25th year coming up in 2013. We moved from Walnut, California in 1988. They started the company. It was moved to Knoxville, Tennessee in 1992.
Fantastic. Well, you've been around for a while and you know the product, and it's not too often you go to a show or an event where there's either a hot rod or a muscle car that doesn't have any of your products on it. It's great to see.
Yeah, and that's what's really cool. We're really proud of that. We're proud of the fact that it has a lifetime warranty. We stand behind the product and we work hard to keep the innovations going.
Fantastic, Brian. Thanks so much for talking to us.
Oh, no problem. It's our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. To download your free copy of the Rocket Industries and Aeroflow Performance Parts catalogues, go to the sponsor section at the Gasolene website. Click on the links and download away. With over 650 combined pages of performance parts and accessories, you're sure to find everything you need for your car.
You're watching Gasolene.
Now you may have noticed this absolutely beautiful Camaro here behind me on the Low Car Performance Product stand. Low Car actually owns this car. They like to use it to promote their products and showcase what they do. And with Jonathan Goolsby here, and he was actually the builder of this car. Jonathan, how you going? And great seeing you, mate, and I'd love to know a bit about the car.
Well, we first started out with a 69 Camaro. They purchased it, brought it to us. We did a rendering with Ben Hermance and come up with some good ideas with it, picked some colors and all that. Did some small subtle changes, didn't want to go crazy wild to where it kind of drew your attention away from the whole car. Started out with a Road to Shop chassis under it, did some New-Tech wheels, Brembo brakes, started a Mass Motorsports LS3, backed it up with a 6-speed. So everything's worked out pretty good on it.
And tell us about the engine specs.
LS3, we're running about 550 on horsepower and still dyno and everything in. You know, it's a brand new car. We just unveiled it here at 11 o'clock. The owners just got to see it for the first time. Everybody with low car, so they were pretty happy. You know, still got to fine tune all that little stuff out of it.
I really love the whole look and feel of the car. It's got that pro touring look and feel about it, but almost like an OEM feel. The build quality of the car is absolutely magnificent.
That's what we like to try to do is not go too far over the top to where it's, you know everything's been changed. We want to do more of a concept version. If say Camaro, they redid this body style, so trying to keep everything real clean and simple.
So something like GM would build today.
Exactly.
Fantastic, Jonathan. Well, fantastic build. It's a credit to you and your company. And thank you so much for talking to us.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Watching Gasolene.
Well, I've found an absolutely gorgeous 56 Chevy here with a bit of retro. She's certainly no stock classic. And Edgar Stoller here had a lot to do with the build. Edgar, tell us about this car. It's amazing.
Well, this is the Classic Industries booth here, and we've got the 56 Chevy here. This is a car that we've built for a television show. It features, a GM Performance crate engine of the LSA. It's got an Art Morrison chassis. It's a reproduction body from Real Deal Steel. And it just kind of goes to show what you can do with our catalog and put all these parts together and come out with an end result like this.
And how long did the build take on this car?
It was about a 6-month build because as we did it for the show, you kind of got to stick to the schedule. So it was long hours and a lot of hard work.
And what was the base of the car? What did it start as?
Well, we started out with an original 56 body, but we soon realized when we went to peel it off the frame that it just started to buckle and crumble, and that's when Real Deal Steel stepped in to help us out, and we got, you know, a brand new body to work with, and, you know, everything kind of just fell in place. It was, you know, some work, but we achieved a nice looking car with it.
And the rest of the driveline on the car, what's that consist of?
It's the GM LSA. It's the GM LSA engine, and it's got a 6-speed trans. We've got an Art Morrison chassis and a 9-inch Ford rear end, along with Wildwood brakes. So it's got all the bells.
So that's the Cadillac CTS-V supercharged 6.2 litre, I think, from memory.
Right. That's the one. You know, everybody's, you know, raving about having one of these in their cars these days, and, you know, luckily GM Performance helped us out, and we got this awesome engine and drivetrain in this car.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for talking to us, Edgar. Beautiful build. It's a credit to everyone involved.
Yep. Thank you very much. And, you know, Classic Industries is the place to get all this stuff.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, we're back here with Tony Genti again with another rare one. This absolutely gorgeous Malibu SS 65. Tony, beautiful car. Tell us about it.
Yeah, thank you. Just finished it about 3 weeks ago, so it's a fresh frame-up restoration. This was a barn find, but it was in rough shape. It was in upstate New York, so it had a lot of rust on it, but we felt we were up for the challenge. We knew we had a lot of parts for it. It took about 11 months to do the build. It features the original 327, 300 horse motor in it. Everything's original. The only thing we've done is that we've actually featured our new disc brake kit that will fit behind a factory 14-inch steel wheel. So we can still run the steel wheels and the hubcaps, we'll get the disc brakes, but everything else is original, just like it was out of the factory.
So how many of these were made? Do you know the numbers?
I don't know how many, but 65 Chevelles was very popular. Of course, when you get to the SS, it dropped down a little bit more, and then when you get to the convertibles. But I can tell you this, they didn't make a lot of triple black ones. This is really, really special car to be triple black.
So there's still cars out there. There's still those barn finds to be found if you look hard enough.
Yeah, you know, and I think what's important is that once you find them, especially a Chevelle, there's so many good products available in the restoration marketplace, you shouldn't be scared of it. So if you find something, the fender's smashed or there's some rust, you shouldn't shy away from it because that's easy to repair.
It's a great era for restoring these cars, isn't it?
Great era, and they're great cars, and they're an investment as well. You know, you can put some money into them, you can drive them, you can enjoy them, and your investment's sound with them.
Tony, fantastic talking to you again. Beautiful car. Once again, a credit to you guys.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
stopping by.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Design, so I'm kind of excited to see what that does. So you'll have the aircraft louver, the one that twists that'll shut off.
Well, we're with George Packard here at the Vintage Air Stand. Now, when it comes to your classic car, hot rod, street machine, or any vehicle for that matter, these guys are the people to talk to. George, tell us a little bit about some of your products.
Well, I think you're right, and thanks for the introduction there. If you want to keep your car cool and still be able to have a good performance car, that's what we're all about. We've been in this for over 36 years. All of the upper management, we all have our own hot rods and our muscle cars. And so we not only do what we do, but we enjoy what we do. And we try to make sure we have the latest technology and the best customer service that we can have. And luckily we deal not only in the United States, but all over and in your country as well. So in our product line, we've got our air conditioning systems, which are all new heater, defrost, AC systems, and all the components that go with that. We also have front drive systems that you have your compressor and alternator and pulley systems for the front of the engines. And we have accessories like if you want to upgrade your louvers and stuff. We have two basic product lines. We have the muscle car product line that we call a Sure Fit, where if you have a specific car and we make a kit that bolts into specific holes made just for that vehicle. Then we have a very universal product line that no matter what the vehicle is, if it's got room to put the box up under the dash, we can make that car cool as well. So.
And when it comes to air conditioning on an earlier vehicle, you're a lot better off with a more modern style of system with the later compressors and what have we, aren't we too?
Yeah, you know, it's like anything else. You go down and try to trade in a phone that's a year old and they don't know what you're talking about, you know, because technology changes so fast. And in the mid-90s when the R12 went out and the 134A came in, that's when a lot of the technology within the components changed. The early days you had a lot of flare fittings instead of O-ring fittings. You had tube and fin condensers. Now you have everything is O-ring on all of your fittings. All of your condensers are super flow extrusion. And without that newer technology, your new refrigerants aren't going to work good. In the early 90s, everybody was all upset about this new refrigerant. It would not cool. Well, it wasn't the refrigerant that was the problem. It was the components. You can get in any new car now and freeze yourself out. It's the same refrigerant that it's always been. It's just that we have just learned what component was dropping the ball, changed that technology, and now the refrigerant is able to do its heat exchange, give you the same temperatures as before.
Fantastic, George. Well, it sounds like you've got a great range of products there. Extremely high quality to suit many applications. Thanks very much for talking to us.
You bet.
Modern Plating for all your plating needs. With over 50 years experience in delivering quality to the automotive restoration industry. Whether it be bumpers, die cast, polishing and repairs to aluminium or stainless steel mouldings, even ceramic coatings, Modern Plating have you covered. See modernplating.com.au, located at 4 to 6 King Street in Oakley, Victoria. Modern Plating, when quality matters. Well, here we are. We finally made it down to sunny Florida. Some of you might remember Matt and Sherry Clark from Shermat International, from SEMA. They've got an incredible car here. Many of you may have heard about it. It's called Chaotic. It's an extremely rare factory K-code GT 65 fastback. I would kill for one of these things. They are absolutely unbelievable. There's a lot more to this car. It's very, very heavily modified. And I mean heavily modified. We're here with Matt and Sherry, and Matt is going to tell us all about this machine.
How are you, mate?
Good, thanks, mate.
Well, she's a 351 Windsor, one of the hardest engines to try and get into a fastback. But she's actually 351 bored out to a 408. She's running alloy heads, roller rockers, solid cam, 82mm turbos, twins. We were running twins on it, custom-made manifolds, which took a lot of time. We did three attempts at it, and we nailed the fourth one. So we've got one left, one right. One's the third attempt, one's the fourth attempt. What a nightmare that was. Absolute nightmare.
There's just nowhere to get your hands in down there, mate.
I've literally turned this into a big block car. Literally, it was like working on a 390 in a small little area. It's like an inch on each side to run manifolds.
Tell us about this power plant here. What sort of horsepower does this thing make? It must be insane. Twin turbo.
At the moment, it's 10 pound. Running 10 pounder boost. We've got 772 horsepower at the rear wheels. At standard boost, we've got 650 at the rear wheels. And that was tested in the Fox body. Then we took it out of that, chucked it in here, and now I'm scared I'm going to twist the car in half.
I believe you ran an 8-second quarter on drag radials.
Yeah, ran an 8, and it was quite scary, very scary.
I believe you.
I'm not like the big guns out there that can nail that stuff, but yeah, it's definitely got the horsepower there. To get on the street to take people for a test drive, it's just ruthless. It's scary. It is absolutely scary. So.
And tell us about the rear end of this thing. It looks sensational, and the whole suspension platform. This thing is wild underneath.
Yeah, it's there's about 25 grand worth of kitty litter under there. It's got the 4-link rear in it.
TCP.
Yeah, Total Control Products. Yep, they supplied all the suspension. It's air ride suspension, but basically we dealt with Chris Olsen Chassis Works. They sent all the TCP package down. 4-link, got the cradle, got everything ready set up. I've never built anything like this. with all this 4-link stuff, to me it was like, I'm going to have a crack at it. So I've really had a crack at every single thing that was physically impossible for me to do. And yeah, we threw it all up in there and test fitted it and just left everything finger tight in there and just sort of just fell together. And I'm like, wow, this is great. It was fantastic. You just sit there and, oh, that's easy. There's a photo and, oh, that's how he did it. That's how I'm doing it. Oh, great.
Incredible. And Sherry, I've seen some build pics and I've noticed that you're flat out in there, getting your hands dirty and helping build this car. And Matt tells me he couldn't have done it without you. Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm more into the interior and focusing on that and love it. Love doing that.
And passing the wrench.
But what I don't love, but I'm willing to do it to get the job done, is about 50 trips a day when I've got to run for this part and that part, you know, but really it's a pleasure to do something like this with my husband, my partner. It's been really exciting. I've enjoyed it very much.
Great stuff. Well, thanks for talking to us, Matt and Sherry.
No worries,
Good
mate.
job.
Thanks for coming down.
Look forward to seeing more of you.
Pleasure, mate.
Thank you. Well, Matt and Sherry got Chaotic all finished and it looks absolutely sensational. The great thing is they've already won numerous awards at different events in Florida. Well done, guys. Fantastic job. And make sure you tune in next week for Terry and Rhonda's car party in Florida, USA. This was a fantastic show, some great cars and plenty of tyre smoking, burnout action, the stuff we all love.
What's that? And you're watching Gasoline. Like that? I can't take it out.
And remember, viewers, if you want to see past Gasoline episodes, go to shannons.com.au. Click on the Gasoline link and enjoy. And remember, this is a whole new season of Gasoline with new episodes every Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m, Australia-wide.
Gasoline is proudly brought to you by Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts, and the following sponsors. I'm Michael Curzon, producer, creator of Gasoline. Hope you enjoy.